Yo, fellowshippers, what up? Welcome to the Fellowship Hall with the twins and Ralph. I am Ralph, aka Big Ham, aka the smartest one in the room, especially when it's just us three. I'm back with my fellas, twin number one Keith and twin number two Ken. Fellas, say hello to the fellowshippers today.
What's up, fellowship? It's your boy Ken, aka the Odd Man Out. Thanks for tuning in with us today.
What's up, fellowship? It's your boy Keith, the moderator. You know me, I know you. Let's go ahead and get started. And you know what we're reviewing? We're continuing our review of season 2, Power Book 2, episode 3. This is one of those Power Universe shows, and I have to admit, it's becoming one of my favorites of the three. I'm talking about this rivaling the first one right now, especially this episode.
My sentiments as well.
Okay, get to your sentiments in a second. I'm excited to review this, so Big Ham, go ahead and kick it off.
Hey man, another good episode, man. I think this has become one of my favorites. I think we had a fellowshipper that posted that said she thought book 3 was better than book 2, but I disagree. I think book 2 has been second to the main book.
And catching it.
Yeah, it's catching up to it. And this was another good episode, man. Action packed, a lot going on. Might have been a little too much going on. But still, that's what we like, man. When the chaos get to go into power, that's just what keeps us on the edge of our seat. We just ready for the next detail to drop. Like Rick told Lauren that he got a lot going on. She don't even know the half.
Third of
all she know about the sister. And Rick played that little sister big brother card well and closed the deal with her, but that's all she know about. She don't know about the course correct. She don't know about the new thing they doing, getting the drugs out. She don't know about the murder charge that him and Kay wrapped up in. She don't know about Diana. She don't know about Effie. Well, she know about
Diana, yeah.
She know about Diana a little bit, but she don't really just know about Effie. She don't know about him wrapped up with Tate, trying to use Tate to get him some more traction with his little sister. So he got a lot going on, man. He got a lot going on. And to me, it feels like everything is just kind of tightened up around his neck. You know what I'm saying? Everything is tightened up around his neck. But we see, Zeke done went and we can just tell just how green he is. He in there all day, not under arrest, and just sitting there answering questions and won't leave. Bro, you can leave whenever you want to. Or you can holler, I'm not talking without my lawyer, whenever you want to. And you sitting here all stressed out. And then, of course, I wonder how much money old girl got for sending that video.
She got something.
She got something from TMZ, but that's a look at there. There go our boy Sleazeball Davis in there, trying to clean up the show. So Monet old Reek for that, you know what I'm saying? But man, Kane, man, he just get on my nerves, bro. He just there's no reason for him to be such an antithesis to Reek.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no need for it, man. Get on board and let's get this money. But you just in your head and in your ego so much, and you are threatened by this dude when you don't have to be. And because you threatened by him, you constantly doing stupid stuff that's hurting the family and messing up the business even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
One of his stupid mistakes came back on him again when Zeke dropped off Ramirez.
Right.
And so now it got Zeke deeper. It got Zeke deeper into the mess. And now the Ramirez that came up, and now the detective Whitman, he got some more stuff with him. So man, it's action packed. It's action all over the place. It's a thriller, man. Tate got his, he got his wheels turning, trying to get the
congressional seat.
Congressional seat, right? And so that kind of lead us into, his power series as well. So I wonder if Reek would be in his power series. So we don't know how this is gonna go. So man, it was just a good show, man. Good exciting show. Action packed, a lot of things going around. I'm pleased with where it's going. I'm ready for next week.
Yeah. Ken, you wanna go?
Yeah, same here. I thought it was a good episode. A lot of stuff happened. Like Big Ham mentioned, a lot of stuff is happening.
I think this might be a first. He said something other than solid, okay. He said
I think episode 1 I said it was a good episode. I think the first episode I said was good. But it was a good episode. A lot of stuff happened, a whole lot of stuff happening. And like I'm gonna start with with Kane, man. Kane just getting on my nerves. Joker talking too much. He letting himself be manipulated by Mecca, and then we don't really know what this dude plans are with everything. He definitely in love with Monet. And was dude his nephew, or was dude just one of his boys that he ended up choking out?
Yeah, he didn't. I don't know if they said or not because I didn't catch it, but I think he was clearly family,
Family,
but I
Yeah, I
right?
don't
think he said it
necessarily
was
know if
family,
he
but I
was
know it was his
blood
nephew.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. So it looked like he want to make sure he keep his secrets. And it seemed like he might be getting too close to the edge of somebody finding out. And I wish Kane was smarter, where Kane could start paying more attention to that stuff, but I don't think he is. Kane more so trying to push out Reek and make sure he back in good graces with the
yeah.
family, which he already is, which I don't understand why he pushing so
Jealousy,
hard
man.
against Reek.
Jealousy, still
Jealousy,
jealousy.
I guess.
Ego, man.
Yep.
Ego.
Hmm.
And so that's what the focus is right now. Him trying to get Braden in his pocket, like Mecca told him, so he could get Reek out, or at least have more tabs on Reek, which was not making sense. The whole Zeke thing with the cops, kind of make you mad because dude kept telling Zeke he wasn't under arrest. He could leave anytime he wanted to, and Zeke still asking him, can he leave? And he was like, no. And Zeke just staying there, and that bothered me a lot. That detective getting on my nerves.
But hey, Ken, Zeke is like so green, like Ralph said. Like asking for a lawyer is criminal 101. That's
Mhm.
the
Right.
first thing you do. Am I under arrest? No, then
Especially
I
with
can
this,
go. No, you can't go. Then give me a lawyer. Like it's just like that. One, two, three. And Zeke is
especially
just
with the status that he's supposed to have as a future
exactly.
NBA draft pick.
Yeah,
Well,
go
he
ahead,
what,
Ken.
20 years old or whatever, so
Don't matter.
he
Don't
might not
matter.
know it. It's okay for
He
him not
looked
to know
34.
everything. He looked 30. He looked 30, but he's supposed to be like, I think, like 20. So I mean, it was a good episode. Like it's so much stuff that Reek got to keep up with, and it make you
Mhm.
worry that stuff gonna start slipping through, which inevitably it has to. And
Yeah.
then I think the last thing I say is one thing that is kind of making me a little bit disappointed is that they with this whole Kane going after Braden, they trying to force the wedge between Reek and Braden, almost like they did with Ghost and Tommy, where
Mm.
whenever Braden or whenever Tommy had an idea, Ghost or Reek immediately
Shoot it
shooting it
down.
down, and that's
And
what's
then
going
somebody
on.
else in his ear would be like, "Well, you
Somebody
got to
else in
run
the
it by
ear.
ghosts and stuff like that."
Exactly,
Same
and they
thing.
challenging his manhood by saying, Reek his boss and all that stuff. So that's the one thing that I don't like because, immediately, I mean, initially Braden and Reek was super close, which I'm sure that's why it was with Tommy and Ghost. So it's maybe that's just the evolution of it. But when they was in the office with Stern husband or whatever, it was just Reek shooting them down, saying we're gonna do this basically my way, and you just gotta fall in line. But by the way, I need your help to do this for me. So that's
Ken,
the
but
part that bothers
that's
me.
the same. That's the same relationship. You
It's the
call that's
Same.
same
the
thing,
same
Yep.
right?
relationship with Ghost and Tommy, man. And the
I
thing
know,
is, just like Ghost, Reek is looking out for himself for the most part when he's saying we can't do this because it'll come back on me, or you making dumb decisions, or But when he needed to do something, however foul it was, he didn't run it by Tommy, or he just did it just the same way as
right?
Reek is not running it by Brady, he's just doing it.
And also, just like Ghost and Reek, just like Ghost and Tubby, most of the time Ghost was right.
That's true
And
too.
Reek was right. He don't need to be rolling. He don't need to be rolling
He
with
don't.
K. And Reek is
He
right
Right.
don't.
about it.
Yeah.
And then I guess the last thing I mentioned is with them using Lauren's secret hiding spot as their stash spot. It seems like it's gonna come a point where she ends up running into these people that's taking the drugs or putting the money in and stuff like that. So to me, that wasn't a smart move on Reek's part because he knows
Using.
that. Well, he's using people, but also
Mm-hmm.
think about it. She introduced him to that spot. She said no
Exactly.
one else really knows about it, so it would tie
Mm-hmm.
course correct back to Reek if she, put it together. So I don't know. I'm sorry. One last thing. I don't understand why
Go
the
for
girl
it. Drugs
put
in a
the
drawer.
weed and then the drugs in Lauren's dresser drawer or nightstand or whatever.
Nightstand. Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna come back to
Drama.
bring
Just
cause
more
some
drama.
conflict or drama. But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was a good episode. There's a lot going on, and you didn't know how things were gonna turn out. But I thought it was a good episode.
Yep, yep. Great, great, great reviews by you guys. I thought it was actually maybe my favorite episode of the Power universe. I mean, the Power Book 2 universe. I thought it was a really solid episode. Like Big Ham said, there were a lot of things going on, but I felt like that they kind of worked in this episode. You guys hit a lot of points, so I'm gonna try to just hit on some of the things that you guys didn't hit on. and maybe touch on a few things that you did. So first of all, Whitman is getting on my nerves. Like the stuff he's doing is like too much.
Right.
You know, him just going and pulling Zeke out of his room. Okay, maybe that'll happen, but then keeping them all day and then kind of punking them in a sense, not giving them a phone call, telling them you're free to go, but then you can't have your phone and your wallet and all that stuff. Like I didn't care for that. They're really making this guy out to be a villain, even though he's supposed to be on the good side, but he's really a villain to our criminal protagonist family,
Right.
not directly our criminal protagonist just yet. I felt like Zeke was kind of weak in this episode, and
Zeke always
what?
weak. I
That's
mean,
what I'm
I'm
about to
not saying this as a
Always.
as a slight, but he's always
no,
weak.
and that's what I'm about to
Always.
say. I think it's going to be revisited later in this pod. Is that Zeke is kind of like the weak link of this drug game right now. Even though he's like
He's not
a
part of
big
it though.
front, yeah, but he got enough in it to be in it and somebody that they can target, and that's a problem, I think. Other than that, the Braden Kane stuff that worries me. Like Ken said, they're driving a wedge between Reek and Braden, but it's drama, so it's good drama, but it's drama even though it's kind of conflict for our criminal protagonist. And finally, one thing that I don't think you mentioned, well, real quick, I'm still over not over. I'm still not interested in the Monet Mecca relationship, and I think on
I
online
think it's
or
gonna.
in.
I'm sorry. I think it's gonna come to tie in together with everything. It's gonna cause a huge conflict later. I
Yeah,
think.
it will. It
Yeah,
will
especially
because
once
she's
Lorenzo
doing
get out.
stuff. She's doing stuff and she's doing stuff and is behind the family's back already. And I'm jumping the gun, but I think D is the smartest person on the show right now. But back to what I was saying, this relationship is going to
Second, she's
turn out.
second behind Reek.
Reek the
I think
smartest.
I think she's smarter
Reek
than
the
Reek
smartest
right
person
now.
on the show.
No, no, no.
I think she's smarter than Reek right now. All right, hold you had your review right. So I think that I
Wrong with
saw
that.
on YouTube or something. I saw something on YouTube that people were saying, "Oh, maybe Mecca is Kane's father." But I think that they said the last time they saw each other was 24 years ago. So I think that rules him out as Kane's father. So maybe they
Do we
were they
know
were
how
making
old
an
Kane
We
is?
assumption.
know how old Kane is.
I'm pretty sure he's not 24.
He's older.
I think he's younger than 24.
I don't
But I
know.
guess
I think
Yeah,
it's
you
too
know what?
soon
That's
to
a good
push to
point.
rule
That's a
it
good
out. I
point.
think it's too
Rick is
soon to
supposed to
rule
be
it
like
out.
19, right? I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. So maybe I'll have to walk that back later. But right now, I don't think that he's the father. But back to this. So the Lauren and Deanna thing, or Diana or D as we call her, is pretty good writing to me. I feel like that it's calling back the former Ghost, just like Ghost and Tommy. I think it's calling back that power universe, and that Lauren is Angela and D is Tasha. Even though I didn't care for Tasha so much in the original Power, I really, really, yeah, you know that, right? We were Team Angela, you know that. I'm Team D in this one, although I was a little bit of Team Lauren today. But but for real, like Lauren is Reek's outward persona, and D is Reek's inward persona. This drug game lord or whatever you want to call it. But I really like the way both of these characters are portraying their roles. Like it was easy to hate Lauren a little bit in the first season because of the whole thing that went down with her parents. But at the same time, that's how some people are. Like we said, the program and stuff like that. The girl always tries to show something in front of her father, so she's gonna try to be with a good guy or a guy like her father, or whatever. But in reality, she wants the bad guy. But this season, Lauren has been more Reek focused, I think. So I was pretty happy to see her go with Reek to see Yaz, and Reek was calculated to take her with them, to show some, non-shady but like upstanding type person. But one thing I really wanted to point out was we talked about this, that Reek needs to be able to check himself when he getting a text and talking to these girls instead of just abruptly leaving. Yep, I feel that do. But the thing is, when he does
disagree.
that with Lauren, hold on. When he does that with Lauren, she gets mad and she leaves. When he got a text with D put his phone back down, or D stopped him and was like, "You need, are we together?" So I'm telling you, D is the number one in my on my list for being the smartest tool in the shed right now. And she's smarter than Reek. Reek is right there. Monet should be there, but she's flipping out for some reason this season. But D is the one. So that's what
Hey,
I
let
got.
me tell you why I disagree with you about Reek being more smooth with his phone calls or whatever. Because at the end of the day, Lauren is not number one,
Who is?
and so what's number one for him right now is making sure he stay in school so he get that inheritance, and number two is making sure that he has some that he got this game moving. That's number two. She's just an extra. She's just a tertiary person to him. You
I'm
know,
not
she's a
saying.
good looking girl, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, she's not number one. All the other stuff come before her, and so whenever
Listen,
he
I'm not
answers the
saying.
call, it come before her.
I'm
So if
not
she get
saying
mad, he
that.
good because he got options. If
All
she
right,
get
so
mad, he good. He got options.
fellowshippers, go back and watch the previous podcast or the first podcast or whatever, where we talked about this and we're in agreement. I'm not saying that he can't answer these calls or answer these calls or look at these texts. I'm just saying the way he abruptly ends the conversation or the interaction right then and there is wrong. He got to be a little bit more smooth. He got to finish his sentence with her and then say, "Let me give me a second. Let me take this call," instead of.
But does he though? But does he though?
He doesn't.
No, I'm saying, does he have to? That's my
I
question.
think he
I don't think he
should.
have to.
I think he should. I think he should. You always got to play it smooth, my friend. Just like he needed Lauren in today's episode. You gotta keep your bridges intact. No burning. No burning. But anyway, I thought it was good. It was they peppered in sacks a little bit. I felt like Davis is a little. I think they throw Davis in whenever they want to, and has his demeanor whatever that fits the script. So that's the only little negative point I can say about the writing because D wanted to go talk to Davis and they told him to wait, so she went to Reek, thankfully, and then when Zeke got in trouble, Reek immediately called him and he immediately went there. Like Reek don't
Rick was
have thirty
kind.
thousand. Wait a minute, Reek don't have 30,000 to get him visitation with Yaz or get this business started so he can have a legitimate job. But how can he control Davis
Man, you
whenever
know
he
how
wants to?
Davis is. Davis saw that video was out, and he know that Zeke is about to be drafted to the NBA.
Maybe so.
Man, Rick, you know him. You can get me in. I'm coming. And
That's
just
a
like
good point.
he said with D, it's like he
With
told
that
Sax.
sex, yeah.
He was like, Sax was uncomfortable with Representative Lorenzo Tejada. He was like,
Was.
if we get him out, he was like, sounds like a repeat customer to me. So
Mm-hmm.
He about the money.
he
He
about
about
that
that
money.
money.
He runs it in. So
Mm-hmm.
he see a future NBA star in a crisis, and it's more cameras for him. He coming.
That's a
Yep.
good point. That's a good point. But also, as you just mentioned, our good old friend Sax has found the link or the weak link to help get Lorenzo out of jail. And once Lorenzo's out of jail, that's going to be maybe a conflict between him and Mecca and Monet or
It's gonna
whatever.
be crazy,
However,
bro.
however, this is still taking story time away from our criminal protagonist. As I said last week, I do not care about Monet's love life or past love life. So it'll be some drama, I guess something to happen and we'll see. But right now it was a lot in this episode, but I thought it was really, really good. So fellowshippers, make sure you go into the comments and let us know what you thought about our review of today's episode and what you thought about the episode. Anything we missed, anything you disagree with, or really agree with me, which I'm sure you will. All right, Ralph, go ahead and introduce this next segment, our favorite segment.
Man, it's time for our Gots to Go segment. We got a lot of candidates for this one because we have a lot of people that is hindering things for our criminal protagonists. And these people gots to go. All right. And when I say gots to go, I mean they getting offed, bullets in flesh, falling dead, all of that. They get off. So
6 feet under.
so this is how yeah, they get carried by six or cremated. One of them. Listen, listen. This is our segment from number 3 to number 1. Our most important people that gots to go.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna jump start it today if you guys don't mind. And my number three guys to go is may not be in order with you guys, but it is what it is. My number three guys to go is going to be good old weak link Zeke. Zeke has got to go, and I hate it because Zeke is in the family, but Zeke right now is the weakest link of the family. Zeke is making mistakes. He made a mistake with Carrie, when he should have been focused on his school. Carrie's at fault too. But Zeke was a young man. I understand those desires, that attractiveness, and then once you know that you can possibly get a foot in, then you jump in. And that's what he did. But Monet told him, when Monet was thinking right, Monet told him to chill out, leave her alone. And now he's involved in this when he shouldn't be. And he doesn't even know what to do. Like, he's completely innocent, but he's looking guilty. So
Right.
that's my number 3 guys to go. Weak link Zeke. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Big Ham,
He
won't you
can't.
go?
I disagree with you with Zeke
Oh,
because Zeke is they
this is
ticket
my guys
out,
to go.
man.
This is my guys to go. What's your guys to go?
Yeah, but you always tell us, yeah, that rap. That's a good guys to go. I had a problem, man. We can say we. I don't like your guys to go with Zeke because he the ticket out. He the ticket out the
What's
game.
all right? What's your guys to go?
My number 3 guys
Number
to
3.
go
Yeah,
is Detective Whitman.
yeah.
Like you said, he's the detective, so he always going to be anti-criminal protagonist. That's number 1. But the thing is, man, he just he not doing his job in the purity of the sanctity of the job. He trying to nail Carrie because he got feelings.
Mm-hmm.
He all his feelings about Carrie,
Too
so he
personal.
trying to nail her because of that. But he
Personal.
really need to just do his job and
Mm-hmm.
then not come up with anything because Reek and Kane got this whole thing already buried. So
Yep.
that's the thing. So he got to go, man. He just causing too many problems on campus. He got our boy Zeke looking even weaker. So with him being the main detective on this case, he got to go, bro.
All right. I got no problem with that. What about you, Ken? Who's your 3 guys to go?
Yeah, I'll be quick. My number 3 on my list, guys, to go is Detective Whitman. He getting on my
Mm-hmm.
nerves. He causing problems for everybody. And I'm gonna segue just a bit because we didn't none of us touched on it during our reaction section. But
Wait, should
how?
I stop the banner?
No,
Nah,
you
keep
keep
going.
it going. Keep it going because it's gonna be quick. How was Monet able to run roughshod and through
I
an
meant to say
entire
that.
police station like she ran the
Past
show?
everybody. Yep.
And no one was able to stop her. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, back to Whitman. Yeah, he's it's
Terrible
bothering me
writing.
like you hinted at, or like Raph hinted at. It's too personal, and
Mm-hmm.
he's going above and beyond, and honestly making cops look worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll do the underhanded, dirty, unfair tactics to people trying to get what they want, and maybe even
Mm-hmm.
force a false confession out of
Yeah.
it. So
Making the
Whitman got to go.
evidence. Yeah, making the evidence fit their thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
Whitman got to go.
Let's snake it around for number 2, Ken. Who's your number 2 guys to go?
Again, I won't take a lot of time. My number 2 got to go. It's Super Freak Zeke. We need to get rid of that joker. Zeke
Zeke the
needs to
freak.
go. Zeke the
Zeke
Yeah.
the
Freak.
freak.
Yeah.
Zeke needs to go, man. Zeke is he just too weak. He's too
Mm-hmm.
weak of a character, and it's not the actor. It's just the character that they have him portraying is just
Exactly.
too weak for the show. And
Yeah.
he's even if he is, a basketball player, he understands what the family does. He needs
Mm-hmm.
to be a little bit more seasoned than he is, and it just seems like he's always worried, always running scared. That's how either the first interaction or maybe the second interaction with Kerry happened. Was he ended up
Exactly.
running from the
To
scene
her.
after he almost got shot, and he ran to her because he didn't want to go to the family because he was all of a sudden so afraid of what he had seen, although he supposedly knows about this family. So Zeke
Yep.
has to go. Sorry, Zeke.
Good call, Ken. I have no problem with that. Got to go. All right, Ralph. Who's your number 2?
My number 2 got to go is a Mecca.
Mm.
And I'm gonna tell you why, man.
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
tell you why. I know he's connect, and we need him for the product or whatever. But I don't like how we already know Kane is not a thinker, and I don't like how he put the
Manipulating.
idea in Kane's head to break up our organization with Reek and Braden. Man, I don't like that. Like, bro, that don't even really concern you.
Right.
All you as a connect need to do is make sure you getting your product out, your product gets sold, and you getting your money. Why
Mm-hmm.
you trying? Like, what's the angle with you trying to make sure that Kane can have control over Reek?
Mm-hmm.
Just let
Mm-hmm.
everybody work and move their stuff the way they move their stuff, bro.
Just
So
get
you
your
create
money.
problems there. Just get your money.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
you stepping outside of the game, man. You stepping
Mm-hmm.
outside of the game. Let's be all in the game, man. I ain't like that. On top of the fact, he tried to backdoor in on Lorenzo woman, and Lorenzo coming out to a head. We're gonna see how this goes. I can't wait to see this. But my number 2 got to go is Mecca.
Mecca,
Nice.
okay. And so this could be a counterpoint against my earlier statement. Maybe Mecca has some interest in Kane because Kane maybe he is or something like that. So who knows? Now that you guys are thinking about it, I don't know. Maybe 24 years old is about right for Kane. Nevertheless, I'll go ahead and give my number two guys to go. My number two guys to go is Detective Whitman. I felt like that Zeke was probably a little less of a problem for me than Detective Whitman. If we get rid of Detective Whitman, then Zeke is okay, or Zeke is in the clear. But if we get rid of Zeke, then the family is not in the clear. So that's what it is. All right, Big Ham, go ahead and give us your number one.
My number one, got to go, is Kane, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, and first of all, Reek,
That's
man, you
clear.
can't let that dude walk into your dorm, fire on you, and you not do nothing, bro.
He,
I don't care what kind of
he
stuff. I don't
did
care what
something.
they say.
He
He
failed
did
something.
something, Rabbit. Yeah, he fell on his butt.
Man, next time, look, you tell him, hey, and we cool and everything. When he walking out the door, get a wooden stick, baseball bat, and pop that man in the back of the head or something. Let him know
You
he
know
can't be
Kane
coming to your
crazy.
spot, firing him. I don't care about that. Hey, he
Kill me
might, man,
dead.
look, he got to go.
Got to
Kill him,
go.
and then go kill Monet too. And then what you gotta do? You can't let that man. You can't let that man come to your spot, fire on you like that, and not do nothing. I ain't like that, man.
Man, that
That
didn't happen
bothers
a
me. And
couple
number
times.
one,
That didn't happen a couple times
Kane
with Rick.
Kane got to go not only because he disrespectful to Reek, but Kane got to go because he's super jealous and his ego got him
Mhm.
so afraid, so concerned about Reek when he should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reek is helping your family out. Reek probably moving. Reek probably moving the dope the second because apparently Kane moving the dope better another way through the streets. He
Right.
moving the dope just as much as everybody else, and he getting y'all money, man. Why are you worried about what he doing, man? I just don't understand it. I just
That's
don't
like you
understand
said
how.
about Mecca, man. Just count your money.
Just count
Yeah.
your money, man. I don't say how these gangsters moving on this show, man. But he's just a hater for real. He want to control Reek just for his own ego.
Yeah.
He got to go, man. He got to
All right.
go.
Ken, go ahead
And
with your
and
number
and,
one.
and if you can't kill him, go ahead and set him up and send him away.
So
He
wait a minute
murdered
now. That
Jabari. He murdered Ramirez. You know he did it. Go ahead and get the chains moving.
Rick murdered Jabari.
Now I know
Uh,
Reek murdered Jabari, but Reek
Kane,
gonna have the chains
Kane.
moving.
Yeah, actually, Rick was cleaning up Kane's mess. Ken, go ahead and give us your number one.
It sound like Big Ham trying to make Kane the Canaan. Setting them up to go
Yeah.
to jail. But anyway, I guess no one gets to see pictures of the people that I mentioned today because my number
Kane.
one got to go is Kane. Kane is
Mhm.
doing too much. Kane is making mistakes. Kane paused when Mecca first asked him who the distributor
He
was,
did. He
and then
did.
because Mecca threatened him to walk away and all that stuff, Kane being weak minded and letting Mecca control him.
Mhm.
So Kane got to go.
Yeah.
Disappointed in Kane. And again, like Reek said, all the stuff I done for this family, can't nobody offer me a ride. He should have gave Reek a ride. Kane
Yeah.
got to go. He
Monet
messing
should
with
have gave him a
me.
ride, actually. Yeah.
But Monet
All
left before their meeting was over.
That man just Reek had to teleport to his next meeting.
That's right.
right. We said this. We said this. Rick always got to get there. Everybody else got cars. That's why he's late because he walking, taking a bus or something. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my number one, guys, to go. And it should be in agreement with you guys, but it isn't. And it might come as a shock, but I'll try to explain it and then I'll take whatever criticism y'all got. My number one gas to go is not Kane, though it should be, and probably will be again. But my number one gas to go from this episode is Braden, and the reason why is because Braden is the weak link to Reek. Braden is the one that's letting Kane, the crazy guy that put him on the street, the crazy guy that beat up his brother, the crazy guy that Reek is constantly telling him stay away from, pull his strings already. So I
So
hate
far, it
to
hasn't
put Braden
happened
on.
though.
It hasn't happened. You're right. He gave him the product though, and then he had to trust that he would beat her, which gave him confidence in Kane, and that was smart on Kane to be a little late, bring a little candy with him, and then trick him, manipulate him. So I hate to do it, but I think we said at one point these people were messing with Braden, and as long as Braden was loyal to Reek, Braden is in our criminal protagonist corner. He's protected. But today he showed that first sign of weakness, and that's why I got to put Braden as my number one guy to go. Because right now Braden is the closest one that can get Reek into some kind of trouble. Braden knows about the drugs. Braden knows the location of the stash. Braden has a rich family that can get him out of trouble, and he flip over on somebody, which has to be Reek. Braden right now is my number one guy to go. I'm not saying he'll be there next week, but this week, based on his actions on this show today, Braden is my number one guy to go.
Yeah, man. I think Braden right now is looking kind of iffy, but true to break track record, man, he gonna stand up for Reek when it's time. He
That's what
gonna
I
he gonna
think.
stand up for him time. He ain't gonna fall all the way over the way Kane want him to. He gonna stand up for Reek when it's time. This is what Braden has always done. I think he'll do it again.
I hear you. Hope so. But today he showed a glimmer. He showed a crack in his shield or his armor, and that's what I'm putting him on my guys to go. It may be controversial, but that's what I'm doing. All right, fellowshippers, make sure you let us know what you thought about our Gots to Go. Make sure you give us your Gots to Goes. You guys comment on our videos, which we appreciate and love, but we also want you guys to tell us who you thought needs to go, or if you agreed or disagreed with what we had to say. Um, Big Ham, go ahead and close it out for us, man.
We want to thank y'all for coming into the Fellowship Hall with the Twins and Ralph. Stay locked in with us. Subscribe, like all our videos on YouTube at the Fellowship Hall. Like our Facebook page, the Fellowship Hall on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook at Raphael Hammond, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Hamdog22. Hey, thanks for locking in with us. We got other shows we're reviewing, so stay tuned for all of that. And as always, fellowships, until we see you next time, be blessed.
Be blessed, fellowship.